Hello students, welcome to our channel all about science. Myself Sohan, your tutor for this chapter. Today we are going to learn about the first chapter of physics of class 9 motion. Let's start what we are going to learn today. We are going to learn today about these three topics. What is motion? Motion along a straight line. All about distance and displacement. These three topics are very important in your exams. Now let's start with part 1, which is the first question which we have said in our content. What is motion? A phenomenon taking place with respect to time and its surrounding is known as motion. You may not understand with this common basic definition type because you are greedy learners and you want to learn science in a way which is very more interesting. So I have given you a very interesting example. See this. This is a bullet train. As you know, everybody loves bullet trains of China and Japan because they are very fast and incredibly speedy. But we are here to not learn about them but about to learn what is motion. Now let's consider to be us over here. Okay? And the train is approaching from here. And the train is approaching from here and we are here. As we are here in a still position, the train is going to come from our right. So when a train comes from right, if you are staying straight like this, and the train is approaching from here, you have to rotate your head from this mean position to this mean position. And if you are seeing the train continuously, then you have to rotate your head to this mean position. When we rotate our head, we simply make this a motion. This movement of a head is known as motion. Motion can be classified into two types, which is motion in a straight line and motion moving in a circular path. But today we are only going to learn about motion in a straight line. We are going to learn about the other topic in our next module. The second question what we approach is this: distance and displacement. Students generally find it hard in this topic. We are going to learn about distance and all its properties and distance, displacement and what are its properties. Now let's start with distance. What is distance? Okay. Oh, sorry. Delete. Yeah. I was just taking a pen. What is distance? Are the colors dark, black, blue? I'm going to show in a colorful way because generally when you make different colors, students remember it easily. So our first question is, what is distance? I also hate this topic of displacement, but I love it when I learn from my teacher. Let's start. Distance is a quantity that is expressed in kilometer and is the change of motion of an object from point A to point B. Okay. So distance basically is represented by its SI unit meter, m, which is very important. It can come as what is the SI unit of distance. So let's take an example. Let's take a triangle place. This is point A, B, C. Right? Let's take a student's name which I teach. Raman. Yeah. Raman is standing in his main position A and he has to reach his final position C. When he has a route of from A to B to C. So he chooses the easy method. He's like a hardworking boy, right? So he chooses a long method. So he will travel from point A to point B, which is 10 meter, from B to C, which is 10 meter, 5 meter. And now we have to find his distance so that we can understand distance more easily. Distance will be equal to 10 plus 5, which is equal to 15 meter. So Raman has covered a distance of total of 15 meter so that he can easily go to point C. Now what if I say you that he could have gone from point A to C? So what will be this thing called? See, our next topic is about displacement. Displacement is the shortest possible distance covered by a body from a point A to point B. Displacement also has the same unit. You will not understand the definition, I know, but it means that. See, Raman, as usually, he took his normal path of A to B to C, which is about 15 meter, and A to C is only 7 meter. He could have chosen this path, but he is familiar with this path, so he went this path. What if I ask you to find out the displacement? I will give you a tip. Displacement is the shortest distance which a body will try to cover. But usually people don't try to take the displacement because the distance is only the same. Because let's take a box here, building A, B, C, D, E, F. I am here and I go here. So I will basically take my path from here, here and here. But I have another option. I could directly go in here. So this is the bump point where I cannot go, which is impossible for me. Which is displacement which we cannot cover. So the 7 meter which Raman has covered is his displacement. I hope you have understood it. Let me cancel out the pen. Yeah. Sorry. Now we have to start with this distance and its properties, right? As mentioned earlier. Distance is a change of the position of an body, as I have explained. You knew this whole fundamental thing, biolama, whatever it may be. A body covers a distance to reach its destination. Let me give you another example. Let's say I am taking this 1, 2, 3, 4 for my example. Let's say this is our sofa 1 and you are sitting here. I don't know your names, by the way. And you have a TV in middle and you have a fridge. Your mom asked you to turn on the TV and at the same time you felt thirsty, so you want to go to the fridge. First, as mentioned earlier by your mom, you will go to on the TV. You will on the TV, then you will go to the fridge, right? So, what if this is a triangular way? Where it is a second point. Let me take my pen. 1, 2, 3. 1 sofa, 2 TV, 3 fridge. As I mentioned earlier to you. You are here. You will follow your mom's words. Some of you may not because you are super powerful, I know. 1 to 2, you will go turn on the TV. As you are feeling thirsty, you will go to 2 to 3 to quench your thirst. And then you will come from 3 to 1 directly, which is your displacement. And I can show displacement in a alphabetic letter, which is small s. It is very important to remember the symbol of displacement. It is small s. I don't remember the distance, but I will surely tell you the symbol of distance also. So don't worry and just don't forget to see your next module. Right? Yeah. Where were we? Yeah. Sofa, TV, and again sofa, fridge. Let me take a simple idea for you. Yeah. Let's take this as 5 steps, and this is 6 steps, and all this total are 4 steps. If I ask you, take the shortest distance to go to the fridge. Of course, you will say, I will take the 4 steps way to go to the fridge, right? And this answer which you chose is known as the displacement, as I mentioned earlier. And this all, if you choose the second way, for a lengthy way, if I ask you, find the distance. So, you will choose A, B, and C, by the way. Let me remove everything. Yeah. Yes. Consider this example. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So, by this you have understood that distance is the long distance, displacement is the short distance, and most important thing I forgot to tell you, by the way, sorry, that sometimes, very rare cases, by the way, it happens usually 10 on 100, like you can take 1 by 10. Distance and displacement will be equal, which is very rare to happen. For example, you take a straight line A to B, 10 meters. You travel a distance of 10 meters to point B, but you know the distance which is 10 meters. What if I ask you what is the displacement? Some curious students might say there is no uh, line which is the shortest distance, so we cannot find it out. But it can be easy if we think it another way. Distance and the displacement can be equal. If it was a triangle and he had to reach B here, say C here, so you will say directly A to C, right? Which is shorter. So sometimes distance and displacement can be equal. And important thing, let me give you the important points. Oh, yeah. Displacement, which is small f, can never be greater than the distance. Sometimes displacement and distance can be the same. Usually, displacement is smaller than the distance. Now let's revise what we have learned in this whole dilemma. See, so much we have learned so fastly. See. Motion. As it is a revision, we will start again with motion. Motion is a change in position of an object with respect to time. I have remember in this photo. Where is it? Yeah, this photo. I told you we are going to turn the head, which means we have done a motion here, right? So it is a motion. So if you want to read this, you can read though. Motion is a change in position. You can pause and do it. And also you can take the screenshot if you want to. Let's come to distance. My pointer. Yeah. Distance is a quantity which is used to measure the change in position of an body. Let me go to my distance part. Here, no here. See this diagram, you remember the triangular Raman, yes, which was 15-meter distance. Path walking. The path which he took is the distance, but the short path which he took was a displacement. Indirectly, now I explained you the second part also directly. Yeah, the shortest possible distance covered by a body from its mean and final position is known as displacement. Distance is a quantity which is used to measure the change in position of a body. And as mentioned, the important points: displacement cannot be greater than the distance. Sometimes displacement can be equal to distance. Displacement is always generally lesser than the distance. Here it is a simple mind map so that you can understand what you have learned today. Displacement, which comes under the topic of distance, and distance and displacement, which both come under the topic of motion. Displacement, shortest path; distance, change in position; motion, change in position respect to time. Everything which comes under all the dilemma. I hope you may have not the doubts, but if you have some doubts regarding this module, you can email me to allaboutScienceDoubts@gmail.com. If you like my video and our content, please like, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to ring that bell icon so that you won't forget. Thank you. By Sohan. For more videos you can visit our YouTube channel, All About